There we go. Readers, thank you for coming back and reading the rest of this Time for Kids magazine about fast trains. I'll share the screen with you. We'll review a little bit about what we read, and then we will continue reading. There it is. Okay, so remember, we're reading this Time for Kids. We're so lucky that the magazine is publishing these magazines for free online. We read about this kind of train. Do you remember what it's called? A maglev train. Do you remember how it moves forward, how it's propelled? With magnets. Did anyone look up a video of the trains? Okay, let's turn to the inside. So much information about trains. And remember, I was so interested in this word, technology, because when I see that word, I think of phones and iPads and computers, but it's actually, let me see if I can share this with you. Hopefully you can see this. Technology means the application or use of scientific knowledge for practical purposes, especially in industry or companies. If I keep reading, I see that technology is skills, methods, processes used in the production or making of goods or services. In the other online reading I did of another issue of Time for Kids about trains, I go into this word goods and how those are things that people can buy that they want or need. So I just wanted to show you this page so you can see just how much information you can get from one magazine issue if you take the time to look things up. Pretty cool. Okay, let's get in here. We read about friction, propelling. Let's see. Good. I'm going to zoom in for you so it's a little bit easier to read. We left off here. I'm going to go ahead and start reading about these fast trains. More information about fast trains. Read along with me. Ready? Read. Japan hopes to have the maglev in use by 2027. What year is it now? So how many more years does Japan have to work on this maglev train? 7 years. Ready? Read. Traveling won't be the same. The country's capital, Tokyo, is 218 miles from the city of Nagoya. The trip takes nearly 5 hours by car. The maglev will make it in 40 minutes. Ready? Read. Japan is not the first country to build a magnetic train. China has used one for years, but that one is slower. It goes between Shanghai and its airport at a top speed of 268 miles per hour. That still seems very fast. Okay, we have a little subheading here called Next Stop. Ready? Read. Will magnetic trains make it to the US? There's a plan to build a maglev line between Baltimore, Maryland and Washington, D.C. The project would cost billions of dollars. Now remember, I was telling you that you can look up words and what they mean through Google. I would encourage you to look up Maryland, Baltimore, Maryland, and Washington, D.C., and look at the distance between those two cities. And then you could compare the distance of Baltimore and Washington, D.C. to something like the distance between Battleground, Washington to Portland, Oregon. It's kind of fun to compare information. Okay, I'm going to do a quick swap for you. We're going to start reading right here. Ready? Read. Some say the money should be used to build highways instead. But supporters of maglev point to its benefits. It's quiet, it needs little maintenance, and it will not derail. The future of train travel is fast approaching. Are you on board? By Brian S. McGrath. So I love that this author, Brian, asked us a question about our opinion. Are you on board? Do you think maglev trains are a good thing? If so, why? Do you think they're not a good idea? And how come? I would love for you to write about your opinion on this. So you would first say if you think maglev trains in the US are a good idea or not. Then you would write probably at least 2 reasons why you think they are a good idea, why they are not a good idea. Stop the video now and write down your ideas and then come back to it, or you can go ahead and keep reading with me and then write afterwards. Let's read this caption here. China is testing out a new high-speed maglev train. Here, a guest takes a photo inside. So he must be inside. Okay, now let's look at this graph. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different trains. They're all at different lengths, different colors. This graph is called speed race. Ready? Life has sped up. People want to travel more quickly. High-speed trains make that possible. The most famous passenger-carrying maglev train is in China. Most high-speed trains rely on wheels. Check out these speeds. We have the Shanghai maglev train in China, 268 miles per hour. This next one is the Beijing-Shanghai high-speed train in China with a top speed of 217 miles per hour. Which one is faster and how do you know? The next train is the bullet train in Japan with a top speed of 200 miles per hour. Then there's the TGV in France. It also runs at a top speed of 200 miles per hour. And in the United States, we have the Acela that runs at a top speed of 150 miles per hour. I wonder where that is. Could you look that up? Okay, let's move to the back now. This is the back cover of our train issue. We're going to learn some history, things that have already happened. And this is titled From Slow to Fast. This timeline shows how trains have changed over time. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 different dates. The earliest or the oldest date is 1829. The most recent date is 2006. And we have 2 in between. So let's read about how trains have changed over time and how they have gotten faster over time. Ready? Read. Robert Stephenson built the rocket. It was a steam engine. It was built for a contest to show off the best engine. It reached 30 miles per hour. Many steam engines since have been modeled on the rocket. Then in 1934, read with me, ready, read. The Burlington Zephyr was an early diesel-powered passenger train that was in service in America. It's on display at Chicago's Museum of Science and Industry. I noticed it didn't say how fast that one went. I did notice that it was powered a different way. How did the rocket get power? It's a steam engine. And how did the Burlington Zephyr get power? From diesel fuel. Okay, let's read about this train in 1981. Ready? Read. The TGV is a high-speed train in France. It runs on electric power. It connects the country's capital, Paris, with other cities there. The TGV set a world record in 2007 for fastest wheeled train. In a test run, it went 357 miles per hour. And finally, in 2006, ready, read. In Asia, trains travel on the world's highest railway. The Shanghai-Tibet Railway reaches a maximum height of 16,640 feet. It's hard to breathe at that height. Passengers are supplied with oxygen. So how did trains change over time? When you're finished with this video, tell someone how trains changed over time. You can pull up this page and you can pause so that you can reference this to talk about the different types of trains, the way they're powered changed, how fast they can go changed. What else do you notice about how they changed? All right, thanks for reading with me, and I will see you next time.